Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into a genuinely fascinating new release from Austrian Audio. We're going to look at how this highly respected company is attempting to bridge a massive, glaring gap in the premium headphone market. We'll be breaking down the engineering, rather controversial design choices, and ultimately the sound profile of a brand new set of cans known as the Arranger.
But let's just start with a really provocative question right off the bat. $1,299. Would you pay that premium price for a pair of intentionally beige headphones just to get absolute audio perfection? Keep that number in the back of your mind as we go through this, because that is exactly the proposition Austrian Audio is presenting to audiophiles everywhere.
Section 1. The high-end audio gap.
So Austrian Audio already makes some incredible entry-level gear, right? And on the total opposite end of the spectrum, they produce phenomenal, ultra-expensive equipment. You know, this stuff where prices get a bit silly, easily sitting over that $2,000 mark. But before now, there was this massive void. The Arranger is specifically engineered to sit perfectly in that empty, missing middle space. It's designed to give you that high-end pedigree, but without the second mortgage price tag.
Section 2. Function over fashion.
Okay, let's just dive right into this highly polarizing design. These are open-backed, over-ear headphones that immediately hit you with an undeniably beige and gold finish. There is absolutely nothing inherently flashy or glamorous about this look. It's a super bold choice in an industry that usually leans heavily on sleek blacks, brushed aluminum, and carbon fiber to justify a huge price point.
Notice the incredibly broad headband here. It's got a prominently debossed Austrian Audio logo and a faux suede covering. Now, it might not look like your typical modern luxury finish, but the manufacturer is playing a totally different game. This specific material choice hides a very deliberate and highly functional purpose, which we'll actually get to in just a second.
But before we get to the functionality, we really have to acknowledge the aesthetic elephant in the room. As the source review hilariously and pretty accurately points out, the whole look gives off distinct mid-70s British saloon car vibes. It's a hyper-functional, almost retro look. But seriously, do not judge this book by its incredibly beige cover, because beneath that exterior lies some really serious engineering.
The real design brilliance reveals itself in the comfort of these ear pads. The firm memory foam and that soft faux suede we just mentioned, they actually resist retaining and returning your body heat. That makes them unbelievably comfortable for those marathon listening sessions. Plus, in a move that's just remarkably rare in this tier of the market, both the ear pads and the headband are fully replaceable. Basically, you are investing in a product that's built for longevity.
Now, high-end, open-backed headphones are notoriously bulky. They're usually impossible to travel with, but the Arranger actually folds both flat and inwards. And the parts that are supposed to move, they do so with this really reassuring high-quality solidity, making these incredibly travel-friendly without sacrificing an ounce of build quality. Building on that portability, they weigh in at just 320 grams without the cable. That is remarkably light for this specific tier of audio gear. Combine that with a really nicely judged clamping force and enough adjustability to comfortably fit almost any head size, and you've got a pair of headphones you can wear for hours on end without any fatigue whatsoever.
Section 3. Powering the sound.
The hard specs here are seriously impressive. They're rocking 44mm dynamic drivers with a diamond-like carbon or DLC-coated diaphragm, plus a proprietary ring magnet. This combo is designed to deliver a killer impulse response and ultra-low distortion. They boast a massive frequency response from 5 Hz all the way up to 30 kHz. But the absolutely crucial point here is that 25-ohm impedance and 110 decibel sensitivity. What does that actually mean? It means they are incredibly easy to drive. You literally don't even need a dedicated, expensive headphone amplifier for these. Your bog-standard laptop is going to power them perfectly.
All right, let's talk about what you actually get for your hard-earned money. The baseline price, whether that's $12.99 in the US, $8.99 in the UK, or €9.99, gets you the headphones themselves. A soft carry bag, a 3-meter unbalanced cable with a 3.5mm jack, and a 6.3mm adapter. But if you want to unlock their absolute full potential with upgraded 4.4mm balanced cables, an XLR termination, or even if you just want a hard protective case instead of a soft bag, you're going to have to pay extra. It's definitely a bit of a functional rather than premium packaging approach.
Section 4. The listening experience. The real secret to their sound lies right here in these slatted ear cup covers, which create a semi-open design. When you feed them high-quality audio, the Soundstage is gloriously open, spacious, and totally neutral.
They operate on this strict philosophy of nothing added, nothing taken away, making them incredibly faithful to the original recording. That's absolutely perfect if you want to use them for actual studio monitoring.
But here's what's really interesting about them. While these headphones completely shine with high-resolution DSD files, giving immense space to complex, dynamically shifting tracks like Talk Talk's album, Spirit of Eden, they are shockingly forgiving. If you're just listening to compressed, smaller audio files directly out of your laptop, they don't punish you for it. They somehow manage to find the good in the music, completely regardless of the source quality.
And that leads to what is probably their best acoustic trait. A lot of highly capable analytical monitoring headphones can end up sounding, well, incredibly dull, undemonstrative, or just purely academic. Not the Arranger. Austrian Audio has tuned these things to deliver a considerable bass punch and genuine treble bite. They track intense volume fluctuations faithfully without any signs of stress. The result is a vigorous, energetic, and highly entertaining listen that's just going to keep you hooked for hours.
Section 5. The final verdict. Ultimately, you just have to balance the scales here. On the one hand, you are getting world-class, versatile, totally energetic sonic performance. You get supreme comfort at just 320 grams and a really forgiving nature when it comes to standard audiophiles. But on the other hand, you are getting a decidedly unglamorous mid-70s saloon car aesthetic, a functional rather than luxurious feel, and you literally have to shell out extra cash if you want those premium balanced cables or a hard case.
Which leaves us with one final thought to ponder as we wrap up today's explainer. It all really comes down to what you value most as an audiophile. If a headphone is incredibly comfortable and delivers absolute sonic perfection, does it really matter to you if it's beige? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Austrian Audio's The Arranger. Keep exploring and keep listening closely.